back to the Fifth Column Network. It's your girl Starla, StarlaKMathis.com. I'm a creative blogger, all that good jazz, and a host, obviously. Tonight we are pre-gaming with my day ones as we talk about Scandal Day 101. So we're about to pre-game, turn up, and do a little chit-chat before we get into the recap, okay? So we are drinking some wine. This is reggae, red wine. I was cheap this week, and this is what we got. And I'm here with my beautiful day one. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Lily. I've known Starla since we were like in diapers.
Yes.
We get in a lot of trouble. We used to get in a lot of trouble together. We've grown out of that stage.
We have, except for I don't know what's going on this weekend because this is my
ain't gonna talk about all that.
Holiday. All right. And who are you, handsome?
Yes, I am William, and I am the light-skinned one out of the crew.
The light-skinned one?
No, this is my day one, Starla. I'm not her brother, okay?
We get mistaken for that all the time. If you had $1 for how many times people have thought I was your sister, how much would you have right now?
Most definitely would be probably like 2,000 in there.
Okay.
Probably you know, get it all the time.
Okay, I want to give a shout out to my brother out there. What's up, Keith? Keithy man. I don't want to embarrass you out there, but I love you. And shout out to Alicia. She's a guest from previous episodes. She's watching tonight. She couldn't be here, so hey, girl, hey. And so, day ones. I had a story. I think I told you, Deleter. No, I didn't tell you what happened. Okay, so you know it's the holiday season. It's fall or whatever. And me and Reg, we took the kids. So we had a 3-year-old girl and an 8-year-old son. So we took them to the pumpkin patch, right? And we did the orchard, and we had apple cider, apple donuts, and we went and picked pumpkins, right? So it was real fun, right? You know, everything suburban parents do, right? And so when we were there, we all got our pumpkins. You know, Reggie got the biggest, I got the second biggest, Cardell got the medium, Kane got the small. So we all had our pumpkins. We were, you know, pulling them out, and then Kane saw this little mini pumpkin. And she's like, Mom, can we get it? And we're like, yeah, you can get it. And so we usually we keep our pumpkins outside and we put them in order. And so with her pumpkin, I was like, you know what? I want to keep hers in the house because, you know, it's like ordered by Mom, Dad, Cardell, Kayan. So Kayan wanted to put her pumpkin outside next to hers. And I'm like, hold up. Visualization. That means there might be another kid coming. I'm like, I can't have this. You know, I'm all about visuals. And I'm like, we cannot have a third kid. But what's the kicker is, I had a nightmare, right? Monday, I had a nightmare about these pumpkins, and like I was seeing the pumpkins, and I was actually pregnant in the dream. It was really freaky, and I could just see my belly being pregnant. I ended up falling down the stairs, and I know this might be a little dark. I ended up falling down the stairs, and I had like this bruise on my stomach, but then I don't really remember everything that happened in the dream, but I remember seeing a baby, but then I woke up like, oh my God, no. And then when, so I went to work, and I was telling my homegirls at work, and then so the next day I was like, you know, when I get home, I'm going to remove that little pumpkin, because it just cannot be there, right?
It traumatized you.
It traumatized me, and I think visualizations, I just don't want it to, you know, exist in my life. And so, so I went to go remove the pumpkin, and it was gone. The pumpkin was gone. Like, the little pumpkin. So I was like, so Kay was like, Mommy, where's my pumpkin? And I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe a raccoon took it. And she's like, no, Mommy, a fox took it. Because they're sneaky. And I was like, yeah, a fox took it.
Swipe.
So that was my story about visualizations and the pumpkin. I just had to share that with you guys because this is real life, okay? But since speaking of pumpkins and orchards and fall stuff, what do you guys like to do during this season?
You go first.
I like to eat a lot of good food and just snuggle up watching movies.
Oh, snuggling up
I like
with
to stand
who?
It can be with myself.
Oh, do you like? Are you so you're more Netflix into, or do you like dinner and a movie?
Either one. I just like to chill.
You gotta have fun, Lee.
I mean, I guess I'd say Fire Stick because there's more movies on there.
Ooh. She has a point. The producer's like the leader's answer. Well, what do you like to do?
Me, chill out and be with my family because this is a time for like the holidays and stuff. So I just like to be with my family and chill out with the boo. Okay. And that's about it, you know.
Yeah. Do you guys like to dress up? and like go out for Halloween? Because I love dressing up. No. So, but I took you guys to some Halloween parties.
Okay, the one Halloween party we went to when you were in college was awesome.
Are we gonna share that?
I don't know. That's up to you.
We can share that. Go. Who wants to tell this story?
I don't remember.
I don't either, because when I get tipsy.
It was an awesome time at Ball State.
Yes.
And it was,
Oh,
it
at
was
Ball
real.
State?
It was at Ball
Yes.
State.
And
Was it-
Starla threw up on their
The
clean
clean
dishes
dishes.
in the sink.
In the same.
Whose house were we at?
It was one of the fraternities. I don't remember.
What was that, Brad?
That's what it was.
remembers. Do
That's
you
what it
remember
was.
Were you there?
I heard.
So they knew it was me? Oh.
I mean, everybody was right
I
there.
think everybody was right there in the room. Oh no. Get her out of here.
We have definitely matured, yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm
yeah.
taking you guys out this weekend.
Just don't let me
Or
get
a
kidnapped and I'm
throwback.
good.
Oh,
Don't let me get kidnapped and I'm good.
old,
won't get
old
kidnapped.
people out and about.
We're not old.
Oh, okay.
I am fresh to death.
Old.
Oh, so what are you guys dressing up as? Delitra.
Well, last year I was a lumberjack.
Really?
Yes.
I can see that.
Yes, I had the beard and all, beard gang. So I had that going
in
and
the beard gang
everything.
group?
I most definitely am. Catch me.
They're super thirsty. Like, not that I was ever in it, but
Oh.
I noticed that people are super thirsty.
I was.
It just depends on what it is. You can get the likes and the loves and stuff. And just
Yeah.
entertain it.
Entertainment? Were you in the, in
No.
the group? No. Why is there not like a group for women? Like, what would it be?
Thoughts.
Thoughts?
So, beers and thoughts.
Thoughts.
No.
No.
You said it.
I was just joking. No, I mean, y'all got groups out there.
We should have a hair gang.
A hair gang. Okay. Well, they got the cut life, for all the girls who can cut their hair nice and short like you're
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They do.
Look it up.
Hey.
I don't know what group I would join. Maybe natural sometimes. Okay. So I'm dressing up as a witch for for Halloween for Saturday, and I'm really excited. I went all out. I probably spent a little bit too much money, so sorry, babe. But we make it rain sometimes on a budget. So, Will, you're gonna be a lumberjack again?
No, I'm not. I don't know what I'm gonna do this year.
Yeah. Well, let me know, viewers out there. Are you guys going out? Do you guys dress up for Halloween? If so, what are you gonna be? And then what should Delitra be for Halloween? Because she needs a costume. Okay. So, you got something?
We have some comments, mostly from Alicia.
Oh, hey, girl.
She says, "Hey girl, hey, I'll be back in a few weeks, y'all."
All right.
Mr. D. Reggie Mathis said fire stick and the D word.
Oh, Reg.
But he put star, so it doesn't count.
Oh.
And
Okay.
then Alicia, I keep telling y'all about that Netflix and chill stuff. And then she said chirp chirp.
Chirp, chirp. All right, Ball State memories.
Hmm.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a break real quick. When we come back, we're going to recap more about Scandal and sip some of this wine. All right?
Evil Corp. We are F Society. Over the years, we've been watching you. Your financial abuse of the poor, your corruption of governments, your cover-ups of the murder of innocent, ordinary citizens, all for the sake of profit. This is why we at F Society have decided you must die. We are malicious and hostile. We do not compromise. We are relentless. We will not stop until every tentacle of your evil monstrosity is sliced off at the nerve. Get yourself warned.
Excuse me. All right, we are back. And that line is beautiful. So we are going to talk more about episode 3, day 101. Was there any comments on what Deletria should be for Halloween before we get into this?
No, none yet.
None? Okay.
Yes. Default slut costume.
I don't want to be a slut anymore.
What do you mean anymore? No, I was kidding.
Like you said, that's the default. That's what you just go to.
I feel like Halloween is that one time of the year where it's okay to be slutty and dress slutty. Hopefully my parents aren't watching this. Ignore all that I just said. Well, why are you cracking up?
Because that is Halloween is just I don't like Halloween because I don't like clowns. I'm just throw that out there.
There's gonna be a lot of clowns.
I'm good. I try to stay away from the clubs and stuff like that because I know somebody's gonna have a clown mask and try to be funny.
I'll hold your hand.
Thanks.
We have a suggestion for Alicia.
Okay.
Halle Berry and Babs.
That's what Reggie said. Oh, okay.
Boo, yeah.
I think you will be a perfect Halle Berry from Babs.
We'll see.
Okay, because you got this dress too. Mm-hmm.
She
I don't want to be
wears it.
cold.
You wear a coat and then you take it off. Coat
We'll
check.
see.
Okay, let's get into this recap and wine. So day 101 was basically all about fits. I liked him and then I didn't like him. And then I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh my God. And then, okay, might be cool. I see how you're redeeming yourself. So I want to ask you guys, what was your favorite moment in last week's episode?
My favorite moment was seeing him kind of struggle, getting back into regular life.
So you like to see people struggle?
Sometimes, yeah.
So, I mean, are you not a fan of fits or what is that about?
This episode, no. But
Okay.
usually back, yes. But seeing him struggle, coming from power, and I like that.
You like to see that. So were you happy when he kept burning the turkey?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
felt
kept
sorry
laughing.
for him.
I
'Cause
know.
I'm like, I relate. Like, I don't know how many turkeys. Well, I don't even cook turkey, but I don't know how much food I've burnt in my life.
Say
You've
that.
come a long way.
Say that. Some of us don't cook.
Well, we don't. And some of us don't have to because we got a man who can do it.
Well,
Okay. But this is a random story that just popped in my head. My grandmother, she used to burn food a lot. Rest in heaven, Grandma Lloyd. And she always told me that burnt food makes you pretty. So me and my cousins, we would eat it because we wanted to be pretty.
it worked.
Beautiful. You're fabulous.
Thank you, Grandma. Thank you. So, Deletria, so would you say you're a good cook?
I can cook. I don't like to, but I can.
You can? Will?
I don't. I mean, I can cook to save my life.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, I cook to feed my children and my husband. It's edible.
Just down the street.
But okay, Will, what was your favorite moment of last week's episode?
My favorite moment would have to be, besides the whole, I would say, I know we're probably going to get into it, but the fight between Fitz and Marcus. That was my favorite part. The reason why is because, to me, it showed, like, brotherly love, I think, personally. Because even though they're not real brothers, obviously, because one's a different race, but...
you feel like they have that respect for each other.
Right, they're respectful for one another. You're right, in a sense. And then it was like, sometimes you just need to fight your brother sometimes in order to get your point across. You know what I mean?
I mean, how many
many
fights?
fights? I mean, you know what I mean? Starly beat me up one time with
always
some
beat
boxing
you
gloves, for real.
Have
But
you finally admitted that?
I finally admitted
on
it.
TV.
She got me right here,
I did.
right here.
Yeah, he got a smart mouth. Still does, but yeah.
That was my favorite part. that was the reason why, because I just feel like, sometimes you need to fight sometimes best friends, we
Yeah.
fight and fall out, and it brings us closer.
It does. I believe that. Yeah, wholeheartedly. I do. But I feel like the fight was a little weak.
Very
It was
weak.
like a one punch here, boom, one punch here, boom. Let's hug and wrestle on the floor.
Yeah, like two little females.
Oh.
I don't feel like it was weak. I feel like I said earlier, it was to show brotherly love. And like I said, sometimes you gotta fight your friend. I think if some of these brothers to put the guns down and fight each other, it'd be a better place.
You have
Well-
a point there.
That's just me.
You guys want to talk about the build up to the fight?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, so there's one moment that really stuck out to me was like when Marcus, he was there at the dinner and Fitz was like, hey, he was entertaining some man and he's about to write him a check, but they ran out of wine or whiskey, whatever they were drinking, and so he was like, oh, Marcus, can you run and get me that? Can you go fetch that for me? And Marcus was like, hold up, brother, like what? And I was like, Marcus, don't you get out your seat and get that for him. So at that moment, I could tell Marcus was kind of over because Fitz has been so entitled, and basically he was seeing how lazy he was because he didn't want to get involved and start doing the work for the library. But what moment, I guess, did that moment make you angry?
Yes,
Okay.
very much so. I wanted to go through the TV and just like,
Yeah. Like, okay, we saw how entitled Fitz was. We saw Marcus getting angry, and then we saw the lead up to the fight. But also that was brewing, Fitz was angry because he didn't want his whole backstory to be all about Olivia and this woman, even though Olivia definitely helped his presidency. Because what was the quote that Marcus said? Let me find my notes. Okay. Right here. Marcus said this about Olivia. She was America's first girlfriend. She stood tall in front of the American people and assured them that you'll be okay after you got shot. And now she's the chief of staff to the president who succeeds you. Olivia is Hillary Clinton, Beyonce, Oprah, and Sister Souljah. And I was like, oh my God, it was so powerful, And then he was like, don't dismiss her like she's some black hoe. And I was like, okay, Marcus, you better tell that. So did that resonate with you guys, or do you feel like black women, don't get all the respect or credit that's due?
in that situation, if it was me, I wouldn't have given her like her own wing, just because it's mine.
Yeah. A wing was a lot, but wouldn't you say that she was more than just like the girlfriend of the president? Yeah. What are your thoughts? Anything?
I just feel like, I feel like Olivia really didn't need, she's Olivia. She's very powerful herself. She doesn't need to be the Beyonce or the Sister Souljah or whatever. She's above them.
Oh, the beehive?
Yeah, I know, right? In this case, but in reality, we know Beyonce is above her. But anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying in this instance, Olivia is Olivia. And shoot, if you want to be honest, she made Fitz, like you said.
Yeah.
So, hey.
So is Olivia your favorite character? Because you speak very highly of
I do
her.
like Olivia. She is she's my favorite character,
Yeah.
actually. She is.
So who would you want to see Olivia with?
I'd rather see Olivia with herself in her hand.
Oh.
What? Let me drink. I'm sorry.
Who would you want to see Olivia with?
I guess I'm Team Jake, but at this point, I think she needs to be by herself.
Yeah.
Does.
I think it's good, because sometimes you get cloudy with, distractions in life and you just got to focus, We all.
She can get it. She can get anything
She's
she
been
wants.
getting it.
So she can be by herself and still be able to get it. She's not Millie.
I like Millie. I love me some Millie. And okay, since you brought up Millie, that makes me think about Millie and Marcus. So after the fight, Marcus calls Millie, and she's like, "Oh, she told him like just stay in there, hang in there with Fitz because he has the power, and you could use it to really make a difference in the world." But then it was like that awkward pause, right? And I was like, if you guys don't say how y'all really feel about each other, what would you guys have want to see happen?
He go over there and get some from her. That's what she wants.
She needed.
She needed.
Yeah.
Sure she wants.
Yeah.
I like them together. But I like Millie in general. She's just so southern and just, I don't know, I really like her.
Her and her hooch.
But I was like, And I'm not gonna ask y'all that. It might be too personal, so we're just gonna move on.
You have
They
one more
was-
comment.
Oh.
I'm sorry. From the Chef Caters Mosley. Okay, famous people.
All right, Momo. Hey,
What
girl.
up, bro?
Oh, so, did you guys see when they were talking about Olits? Do you like that little nickname?
Oh.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
No, I'm not feeling it.
Not a fan.
Should it be like Fitz-O? Fit-O? Fit-O?
Just
Or just
be
no.
O.
Oh, just no.
Just O.
Okay, so Papa Pope, what y'all think about him? He was there in this episode. He came in the office and he was like, Fitz, I need you to save Olivia, and she's gone to the darkness. I need you to save her. And when he was in Fitz's office, he had a gun, and I was like, is he gonna shoot him? Okay. And then he didn't shoot him, but he did make a point about Olivia. And he was like, who runs the world? One girl. And I was like, that was the best corny line ever. And I loved it. I was like, yes, Olivia is running the world. And then he talked about how he's raising a champion and she's going to be America's hope. Do you feel like Olivia is America's hope, or you feel like she's going more to the darkness? Like, what do you see happening with Olivia?
Ladies first.
I'm not sure. I think she has potential to go either way. Hopefully she goes the good way, but
Yeah.
she could definitely be more like her father.
I know.
I mean, he raised her.
And he's so scared since she has like all the power.
He's scared of her now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. He's scared of her.
Yeah.
But she's been had the power.
That's what I'm like.
She's been had it. So, I mean, it shouldn't take this long for him to realize that she's been had that power, you know, from the time she was in college all the way up to, you know,
Yeah.
all that, you know. It's always been there.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what goes on with Papa Pope and Olivia. What's
L. Jeffrey Hughes said darkness.
that? Darkness? She's going to the darkness? Okay. Well, we hope not, but obviously we don't know where Shonda's going with
He
this.
said she's been dark.
Oh.
Okay. Well, let's talk about something a little bit light and fluffy. So, when Marcus, he went and visited here in the episode, and I was like, hold on, he's getting on with this box braid cutie? Like, what was that about? So,
Box
what did you guys think about Marcus getting it on? I was like, how you gonna cheat on Millie? That
They're
was
not
my-
together though, are they?
They're not together.
not
but in my
together.
head, they're together.
They not
Like,
together.
We do it. You my boyfriend. You my husband. You ain't going nowhere else.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh.
Don't play me.
That's like a Miss Parker type deal. She,
Okay.
Hey, Professor Ogilvy. No, they not together. They not together. Cut it out.
They are together.
Okay.
They have.
I was happy for him.
You were happy for him.
Yeah,
getting
he's
it
been
on?
working hard.
Yeah.
Get you some.
I was like, where he been?
Yeah.
And that's what I was like, oh, where he been? In Cuba? Oh, that's where he been.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And then they hit something, real, when he was in Cuba, because, there's a lot of poverty in Cuba. And he asked the lady, the cutie with the box braids, you want to come to my hotel? And she's like, no, they don't want me there. They'll think I'm a prostitute or whatever. And then she called him a gringo, right? And so when he went to Vermont to visit Fitz, he was like, oh my God, he saw the Steve, who was the activist, talking about the Confederate statue and how they need to pull it down. And he was like, what did he say to Fitz? He was like, I counted all the black people I've seen in Vermont, and he's the only black person I saw, and he's on TV. And Fitz was like, oh, do you count black people? And Marcus was like, yes, I do. And I was like, oh my God, I do that too. Do you guys do that?
You ain't black.
I hate you. Yes, I am. I had to go watch another show. We'll talk about the struggle of light-skinned people in this world.
I'm just joking.
Yes, but you guys count people?
Yes.
Do you like?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. I know when I went to a predominantly white institute at college, I was like, oh my God, I'm like the only one in this room. But okay, that's neither here nor there. Was there any moment that you guys like best? Or anything else that stands out to you guys that y'all want to discuss? Or if not, we're going to go to break real quick. Or you
I
wanna
share
share-
my favorite moment.
Okay.
I told you.
Well, we are going to go and wrap it up real quick and go to break. When we come back, we're going to talk about predictions, okay? A1s, Deletra and Will, and we are going to do our predictions for tonight's episode. Are you guys excited for tonight?
I am.
Yes. So in the clip you guys just saw, Millie was like, I can sleep with whoever I want. And I was like, okay, Millie, but please sleep with Marcus. but she was trying, I think she was about to hit it up with President Rashad. Like, I wasn't sure what is going on, but I mean, they had that chemistry.
Yeah,
What do you,
they did.
who would you want to see Millie with, or what do you think is going to happen?
Should we get some of that?
That,
Abby
say,
Dobby.
that, presidential.
Yeah, you know, Marcus who? What? I like her better with President Rashad. I think they're more of that same age bracket, and I mean, you know, that's good for her.
Lily, what you think?
I think Millie with anybody's kind of weird, but I'm sorry. I know you're a fan. I don't know.
Why do you think it's weird with her?
Herself.
Why do you hate Millie?
I'm not a Millie fan.
Well, I would love to see Millie with Marcus again, but I would kind of want to see what's going to happen with her and President Rashad. So I'm up for that. Also, when we left, you know, Fitz saw Olivia with Curtis kissing. What do you think is going to happen?
He gonna be like, I mean, he should be shot.
Okay, what if it was you? What would you do?
If I shared a kiss with that lady
No,
and
if you
I
were
come
Fitz
back,
and you saw your person with
Right.
somebody.
hey, we'd be popping off. I'd be
You gonna
I'd
use
be
that
whooping
right
all, excuse me, asses. Take names later.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's what I'm like, somebody's getting knocked out.
right.
But they weren't together.
But
They're exes.
it's no.
That's not the point.
You are
That's not
mine
the
and
point.
I'm yours.
No.
That's
they're
not the
not.
point. That's not how they.
And if you
ended.
know her, he knows that she was with Jake on and off with him.
He was
so
comfortable with that,
you
but he's
can't
seeing
be-
somebody else now. It's like,
Yeah, you.
this ain't no triangle no more. She's trying to make it a square. Is that right? Okay. Oh.
Okay, so who would you? Well, I already said who would you rather see Olivia with. How do you think Fitz is gonna react?
I don't think he's gonna overreact. I think he's gonna be kind of nonchalant about it.
So you think he's just gonna like, hey, and then just walk off?
Maybe.
Okay. Well,
Or she might be like, well, let me talk to him real quick and kind of dismiss oh boy.
and then go back in there with Curtis.
No, I think she probably sent
She
some
might go in
packet.
there.
I think she sent him home because he probably like Fitz like, can we talk? You know, and she be like, okay.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So Cyrus, we didn't see anything about him this episode. What do you think? What's going on with Cyrus? What do you think is gonna? What do you predict he's gonna do this season?
He's gonna get him some.
Oh.
And
From Dean Norris.
probably so.
I think so too. I
Yeah.
would love to see that.
Ew. That's disgusting. Sorry.
I love Dean Norris. He is Uncle Daddy in Claws, and he is Hank in Breaking Bad, and he is my crush. If I had an older white man crush. But okay, so what do you guys? Any other predictions you think is gonna happen this season? No.
Olivia's gonna be the president.
Okay. Real quick fire question: who would you rather see, Huck and Quinn or Charlie and Quinn?
Huck and Quinn.
Huck and Quinn.
All right, y'all my friends. They won.
Of
All right.
course.
We are going to watch Scandal and get turned up. You guys do the same thing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys tune in to the Fifth Column Network every day of the week. Just check it out online and also on YouTube and Facebook. Bye.
Bye.